Hi everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Tonight I'll be doing my tips for round 11 of the 2022 NRL season. There's a couple of game of the rounds coming up this weekend. Melbourne against North Queensland, Sydney Roosters against Penrith, and there's also the Battle of the Cellar Dwellers, a potential spoon bowl match between Wests Tigers and Canterbury-Bankstown. So let's get into the tips for round 11 of the 2022 competition. And the first match to kick off round 11 is Newcastle up against Brisbane. It sees Newcastle in 14th against Brisbane in 7th, and this match is being played at McDonald Jones Stadium. Brisbane have won 6 of their last 10 encounters against Newcastle. However, their last win in Newcastle came in 2017. I think Brisbane's been playing very well this year. They've been playing better than what I expected. They're in the top 8 at the moment. Their fans are in dreamland, and they held Manly scoreless last week, so they'll be buzzing over that. And Newcastle, they've got their 3rd win of the year. However, it was against Canterbury. Canterbury haven't been particularly good this year. I can't go past Brisbane for this match. I think Brisbane will win 1-12 on the Thursday night. I like the way that they're playing, and I think that they will continue that against Newcastle on the Thursday. The first game on the Friday sees Wests Tigers up against Canterbury-Bankstown. This game is being played at Leichhardt Oval. Wests sat in 15th, Canterbury-Bankstown in 16th. This could be potentially a spoon bowl match at the end of the year if both sides continue on the same trajectory. Canterbury's last game before this Friday's match at Leichhardt Oval come on the 25th of April 1998, where they beat Belmeen 26 points to 10. So it's been a very long time since Canterbury have played a first grade match at Leichhardt Oval. It's a shame that it's been put on the early match on the Friday, which means that a lot of people are not going to get there. Thanks very much once again to the NRL for that. According to reports for this match, Luke Brooks might not be playing, but that could be a blessing in disguise for the Wests Tigers. And for Canterbury as well, big news, Trent Barrett fell on his sword. He resigned from his position as head coach. He goes down as the equal worst head coach in Canterbury's history. Only Ted Courtney had a worse winning percentage. They actually finished on the same win percentage, but Trent Barrett coached more matches. For this match, I will go for Wests Tigers to win because it's at home, and I think that they've been playing better than Canterbury this year, even though that's not really saying much. But I'll go for Wests Tigers to win this game 1-12 on the Friday at Leichhardt Oval. The main game on the Friday is between Parramatta and Manly Warringah. This sees Parramatta in 6th up against Manly in 9th. This match is being played at the Western Sydney Stadium. Manly have won their last 3 encounters against Parramatta. This is going to be the 146th meeting between the two sides. The ledger favours Manly. Parramatta's won 54 games, Manly's won 87, and there's been 4 draws. However, much of that's attributed to the fact that between 1951 and 1962, Parramatta only beat Manly 3 times. Going into this game, looking at the two sides, I think Parramatta have played better this year than Manly. Manly's played good in patches, but I think overall Parramatta have played better, and they've had some good wins this year. And they suffered a setback last week, but I think that they can bounce back against Manly. I'll go for Parramatta to win 1-12 on the Friday at the Western Sydney Stadium. The first match on Super Saturday is between St George and New Zealand. This one's being played at Cogra Oval. St George in 12th, New Zealand in 11th. Looking at the head between the two sides, it's quite even. Both sides have scored wins against each other. But last week, St George really should have won that game against the Gold Coast. They had chances to win it, but they threw the match away. And New Zealand were very poor that first half, but they come back. And it's been a problem with New Zealand this year. They've been very inconsistent. And I think for this game, I will go for St George to win with not really much confidence. I think both sides are not very good, but I'll go for St George to win because it's at Cogra Oval. And I think that they did play better than what New Zealand did play last week. So, as I said, no confidence. I'll go St George to win 1-12 on Super Saturday at Cogra Oval. The second match on Super Saturday, and a lot of people will probably see this as the game of the round, it's North Queensland against Melbourne at the Queensland Country Bank Stadium there in Townsville. With Melbourne, they have a very good record in Townsville. The last time that they lost a match up there against North Queensland was in round 4 of 2015, the year that North Queensland won the Premiership. And the last time that Melbourne lost back-to-back games before last year, where they lost to Penrith and Parramatta in consecutive weeks, was 2018. So it's very, very rare that Melbourne lose two matches in a row. However, Jerome Hughes is still touch and go whether he's going to play. Ryan Papenpussy's out. North Queensland's been playing very well. They're looking for 5 wins in a row. I think records are there to be broken, and I think North Queensland can do it. So for this game, I think this will be a really, really tight match, actually. I don't think that this match will have much in it at all. I think it could be decided by a try or a goal or something like that. So I'll go for North Queensland to win. I'll go for them to win 1-12. It could be even close. It could be by 6 points. But I really think North Queensland can get the job done up there at Townsville. If there's any time to beat Melbourne 2 games in a row, this is it. So I'll go for North Queensland to win 1-12. And I think that this is going to be the game of the round. So we'll see how we go with it. And now we go into the final match on Super Saturday. This one's between Sydney Roosters and Penrith. This one's being played at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Eastern Suburbs in 4th at the moment. Penrith in 1st place. Penrith have won their last 5 matches against East. So in recent times, Penrith have had the wood over the Eastern Suburbs club. Going into this game, I think Penrith, they had a bit of a blip there against Parramatta, but they did refine their mojo against Melbourne there. And as for Eastern Suburbs, they did enough to hold on against Parramatta. I think this is going to be a really tight game. Some people will probably see this as game of the round. It's definitely up there. However, I will go for Penrith to win 1-12 on the Super Saturday. I think that they'll just be a little bit too good for Eastern Suburbs. I think it'll be a very tight match, but I think Penrith's class in the end will get them home over East. Going into the first match on the Sunday, this one is between South Sydney and Canberra. South in 8th, Canberra in 10th. This one's being played at Apex Oval, Apex Predator Oval there in Dubbo, I believe. South Sydney have been up and down this year, and you can probably see the same for Canberra as well. Both sides are very hard to pick with what they're going to do in the game and how they're going to show up. Canberra are a really funny side. I didn't really give them much of a chance against Cronulla last week, but they just turn up and they put in a performance like that, which leaves you scratching your heads. And the same for South Sydney. But with these two sides, South Sydney have demonstrated that they can score a bit of points, and if they do get the upper hand on you, they're very hard to stop, and they can score a lot of tries in quick succession. So Canberra's going to have to watch out for that on the Sunday there. I think this is going to be another really tight match. I think this match will also be quite high scoring because both sides' defences this year have left a lot to be desired. I think this match could finish 24 points to 20 or 24-18 or 30 points to 24. It could be one of them crazy scorelines, but I'll go for South Sydney to win 1-12. I think they'll just have a bit too much for Canberra, but in seeing that, Canberra could win, so it's a flip of the coin, but I'll go South to win. And the final game to close out round 11 is between the Gold Coast and Cronulla Sutherland. This one's being played at the Seabus Super Stadium there on the Gold Coast. According to a certain YouTuber out there that I won't name, he considers this to be a rivalry. But yeah, I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, the Gold Coast don't have a very good record against Cronulla. The last time that they did beat Cronulla was in round 19 of the 2017 season, where they beat them 30 points to 10. So a long time between drinks for the Gold Coast. Cronulla are without Dale Finucane, Will Kennedy and Jesse Ramian, so they're missing 3 players. But really, if they're serious about making the top 8 and challenging in the finals, they have to beat teams like these with the Gold Coast. No disrespect to the Gold Coast, but I think Cronulla are on another level this year, and they should be beating teams like the Gold Coast. So I will go for Cronulla to win 1-12 on the Sunday there. I think that's a... They won't have it their own way. I think the Gold Coast will put up a bit of a fight, but Cronulla really, if they're serious this year, they should be beating the Gold Coast. So I'll go for them to win 1-12. Anyways, everyone, that's been my tips for round 11 of the 2022 NRL season. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know who you're tipping, score margins, and if you're putting on any bets this weekend, let me know. This has been Rugby League History. Stay tuned this Wednesday. I'll be doing another View from the North podcast with Just Rugby League. That'll be coming out on the Wednesday night. This has been Rugby League History. I'll catch us all later in the next video. Anyways, tatty bye for now. Take care of yourselves. Alright, see you all later.